This is an OU football update. I'm Mike Sherman. He's Berry Tramel, and we're talking about a story trending on News OK, and that's a story about Baker Mayfield. Baker Mayfield's apparently making a big splash in OU spring drills. There's talk about his strong arm. There's talk about all kinds of things, including his personality. Barry, when's the last time we had an OU football quarterback with a personality that was sort of evident and demonstrable?
Oh, probably Rhett Bomar, and he wasn't around very long. Before him, you probably have to go back to Nate Hibble. When you talk about Jason White and Sam Bradford and Landry Jones and even Trevor Knight, these are guys that are pretty, close to the vest, toe the company line type guys, which is, I think, what Josh Heupel and Bob Stoops have long wanted. So we'll see if Baker Mayfield becomes that or not. I think the chances are great that he will become sort of the company man if he's the quarterback. Well,
there's the story by Ryan Aber right now on News OK, talks about him dancing in the middle of the locker room. That doesn't sound like Landry Jones to me. Is this something that Bob Stoops has a skill of coaching into his players? No, I'm not talking about dancing. I'm talking about not dancing. I'm talking about actually being somewhat boring.
Well, you know what? I don't know that it's a Bob Stoops deal. I think it was a Josh Heupel deal. I think Josh really wanted his quarterbacks to be company men, to be just sort of straight-laced and by-the-book types. Josh is gone. Lincoln Riley's the new guy. I have no feel for what kind of personality Lincoln Riley is yet or how he wants his quarterbacks to be. But I think what we saw with a Sam Bradford, with a Jason White, maybe not Jason White, Heupel wasn't his quarterback coach, but Landry Jones certainly, and Trevor Knight, I think they were sort of the products of what Josh Heupel wanted.
Barry, of course, we also hear from Mike Stoops and other people that this guy's a baller. Deron Neal talked about the bandage he needs to wear on his hand because of how hard and well Baker Mayfield throws the ball. How's a guy like this get away from Tech? How's a guy like this not get a scholarship?
Well, there was a big mess at Tech, both personally, I think it was a personality conflict. I think Cliff Kingsbury, coach at Tech, has some issues with communication with his players. So I don't know that it was necessarily a talent problem in Lubbock. But it's a valid question because it's possible that Baker Mayfield looks really good at Norman because he's being compared to the other quarterbacks. And the truth of the matter is Trevor Knight did not have a good season last year, has become a questionable decision maker when it comes to where to throw the ball and when to throw the ball. And a guy like Baker Mayfield, who's had success on the Big 12 level, can come in, be efficient, and make an immediate impact.
Very lastly, of course, the talk about is how well he's looked on the scout team. One of the people praising him most is Mike Stoops, who would have seen him a lot quarterback on the scout team. Is OU getting ready to make another decision on a quarterback based on their scout team sensation? Because that's what they did with Trevor Knight. Remember, he was mimicking Johnny Manziel so well during the bowl games. Is that what's getting ready to happen?
Well, I don't necessarily think so. If you remember last spring, we went to the spring game and came away, everyone, literally everyone, thought Baker Mayfield was the better quarterback in that game. Played very well. Trevor Knight did not. We just wrote it off to, bad day for Knight. Big day for Mayfield because it might be his only chance to shine for a full calendar year. So Mayfield's got some goods that we've seen, and we've seen him at Tech play a solid brand of quarterback. So not necessarily. However, I would caution people to hold their horses, draw back the reins a little bit on Baker Mayfield as a star quarterback because of what you said. I mean, if he was a fabulous, fabulous prospect, no way would Texas Tech have let him out.
Is he going to be the quarterback when the Sooners open the season?
I don't think there's any doubt that Baker Mayfield quarterbacks the 2015 Sooners.
Thanks, Barry. That's all for this edition of the OU Football Update, but you can stay with the best coverage team anywhere, every day at News OK and every morning in the Oklahoman.